What up? What up? What up? All right, we good. Shout out to the Brick Squad. Brick Squad, check in. Check in right now. Brick Squad, check in. Let me see y'all in the comment section. I'm also going to be doing some Q&A as well. So I'm going to be sharing a story with you guys. Right? Very informative, very high value information, but also taking questions at the same time. Let's check in. What's up, Jose? What's up, beautiful butterfly? What's up, Jamal? What's going on, y'all? I wonder if I should switch back to this camera because my camera. I'm doing this from my camera. I don't want it to be weird if I'm keep looking at the screen. Let me know, Candice. Let me know if I should switch back to the camera on my computer so I'm not looking weird while I'm doing this. Brick Squad in here. Yo, Brick Squad, check in. Y'all check in. We're gonna get rocking in a second. Put the questions. Obviously, I'm going to be prioritizing super chat questions. I'm going to prioritize super chat questions. But if I catch a question in the chat, I will definitely get to it. I guess it's fitting that I start this live stream by sharing what the title, what I mean in the title. All right, this camera is no good. All right, I'll switch the camera. Let me switch cameras real quick. All right, give me a sec. All right, this camera should be better. Is that better? Put it in the chat. If this camera is better, let me know in the chat right now. All right, so we got one super chat. We're going to get this super chat out the way real quick. Fresh and Fit podcast was very inspiring, bro. Any tips for me? I was 325. I'm stuck at between 260 and 270. So normally when that happens, and I would need more information, but I'm gonna assume that it's a calorie issue that you're experiencing. You probably started dieting way too aggressively, right? You probably started at about 1,800 calories. I could be wrong. But this is exactly what I did. I started off eating way too little calories. I lost 30, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, and then the scale stopped moving. So again, without having too much information, and then I guess if you can put it in the chat right now, some more details, I'll be able to help you a little bit more. But make sure that you're accurately tracking your calorie intake. Weight loss is a numbers game. This is about creating a calorie deficit. So start off with that. Make sure you're tracking it accurately. Super duper important. All right, so look, the title. Weight loss has to be about this one thing. Weight loss has to be about your evolution. It has to be about you becoming a better version of yourself. So in the beginning of my weight loss journey, and mind you, I struggled with weight loss for 10 years. I failed. I tried every diet under the sun. Nothing was working. Nothing. And ultimately, it wasn't until I switched my intention from it being a weight loss mission to it being a mission of me just becoming a better man, a better father, a better friend, a better leader, just a better human being. And as corny as this may sound, but that shift made all of the difference, because we are not what we think, right? We are what we do every single day. And what you do is determined by your habits. Your habits pretty much create your life. They are the invisible architects of your life, right? So in order to get this body that I wanted, this body that I seen when I closed my eyes, I had to develop new habits. I had to have the intention of becoming an entirely different new person. All right. So look, keep the super chats coming. I'm going to get to them. I want to try to make this thing flow as good as possible. This is my I'm not really an expert at this live thing, but I'm definitely about to start doing this some more. But I guess while I'm here, I'll get Cliff's super chat. I'm trying to lose 25 pounds in a month. Am I bugging? Yes. And it depends on how much you weigh, right? Is it possible? Yes. I personally am not a big fan of trying to lose weight fast, because I would put my money on it that if you try to rush to lose the 25 pounds, whatever you're doing to lose the 25 pounds, even if you're successful at it, is not going to be sustainable. It's not, and you're going to end up putting the weight back on. So I'm just not a big fan of it. You could lose 25 pounds in a month, especially if you're up in the threes, right? If you're 300 plus, yeah, of course you can lose 25 pounds in a month, but I wouldn't suggest you doing that. All right. In your opinion, this is from Lascelles Powell Jr. I hope I said your name right. In your opinion, what's the best way to carve, stop late night snacking, late night eating, avoid being hungry at night? I actually just did a video on this. And the first thing I said in this video is make sure that you're getting enough protein and fiber in your diet, because these are the, when you have enough protein and fiber, it helps keep you satiated. Second thing, be extra mindful of your evening routine. I personally like eating right before I go to bed. That way I'm not waking up in the middle of the night hungry. Also, after you eat your last meal of the day, right, in the evening, whatever time that may be, brush your teeth. For me, it sends a signal to my brain, mouth factory shut. I also don't like chilling in my bedroom. Right. I mean, I also don't like chilling in the kitchen or the living room after I eat dinner, because that is another trigger for me to continue to eat. So after I eat dinner, I go into my bedroom and I lock myself in the room for the night. And this may sound drastic, but you got to do what you have to do, especially if you're wrestling with an eating addiction, because that's essentially what it is. And we need to start treating it as such. For sure. All right, but back to the beginning of my weight loss journey, and how initially it was okay. I had wrestled with weight loss for 10 years. Nothing was working. And it wasn't until I switched my focus to becoming a better version of myself. That's why I recently changed the tagline. Put it in the chat if you guys like the new exit, I guess the video closing tagline. The body that you want is owned by a higher version of yourself. So you have to evolve. You have to become a better version of yourself. And when you set that intention, it changes something up here, because weight loss is all up here. I want to say it's 90% mental, guys. It's 90% mental, especially if you're trying to lose a significant amount of weight. You have to understand that this is a mental game, and you have to approach it with that understanding, right? If you're focusing too much on the mechanics, you're going to get short-term success. We've all lost 10 pounds, 15 pounds, whatever, right? 20 pounds. We've all done that. But the key is sustainability. How do we find sustainability? How do you make this lifestyle stick? That is the ultimate goal, right? So when you approach it with the understanding that, okay, in order to get this new body that I want, I have to become a new person, right? This version of myself, this evolved version of myself, has better habits, has better friends, has better routines, has a better relationship with food. And when you think about all that stuff, has better friends, listen, when you think about all that stuff, it's going to take time. And I know that's not what most people want to hear, but it takes time. I'm 7 years into this journey now, guys. Matter of fact, it started in 2013. So yeah, is that my math is off? 7 years, 8 years, something like that. 8 years. This was 2021. Yeah, 8 years. I'm 8 years into this journey, and I'm still evolving. I'm still developing a good relationship with food. I still fight with food addiction. It's still like it's an everlasting journey, especially when for the first 90% of your life, you've been eating a certain way, you've been living a certain way, you've been thinking a certain way. So you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with yourself, and you have to prioritize consistency. That's the thing. You have to prioritize consistency. New merch design, right? I got a shirt that says consistency over intensity. That is the motto. That is the motto. If you are trying to make fitness and nutrition a part of your lifestyle, you have to approach it with consistency being the main priority. Meaning, you don't want to do anything too drastic. You don't want to do anything too drastic. It's not sustainable. It is not sustainable, guys. So please be mindful of that and approach it as such, right? So I'm not going to be able to see the I'm going to stop for a second, right? And read some of these comments, but I'm not going to be able to do it too often. So if you guys have questions, shoot the super I can't even say that shit. Shoot the super chats over and I'll get to those questions. All right, so look, let me take you back to 2013. At this point, like I said, I struggled with weight loss for 10 years. I did every diet under the sun. The Atkins diet, the soup diet, the salad diet, the whatever, insert the diet. I've done it and I've failed at it. I lost weight and then I gained back 120% of whatever weight I lost every single time. Right. So 2013, I made this decision that I no longer wanted to be the version of myself that I woke up that day. It was a decision, guys. And I'm going to simplify this. I'm going to oversimplify this. It is a decision to change. It starts by making a decision. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. I appreciate that, Michael. I appreciate that. It starts by making the decision. We are the Rip City. I got you, bro. Give me a second. It starts by making a decision to change. And I'm going to give you guys a story about intentions too. But once you make the decision, so let me outline what the next few steps were for me, right? I want to make this as practical as possible. And I was very extreme, right? I was very extreme. So I don't advise people to go about this the same way that I did. But once I made this decision to become a new person, I went in a cave, and I don't tell people I don't want you to do this. I isolated myself from friends. I gave up my social life, and I did this for at least 8 months. And I stopped watching TV. I stopped listening to music, and I would just bombard my brain with personal development audio. So audiobooks, I would read nutrition books. I would read exercise books. I would read personal development. I would read about the law of attraction. I would just read and consume educational material for 8 months straight, because I wanted to brainwash myself. I knew so it started off by me watching The Secret. If you guys have watched The Secret, put it in the chat. Let me know if you guys have watched The Secret. And also, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button on the way in. Let's support the channel. The likes are free. I appreciate it. Before I get into the story about The Secret, I'm going to get to these super chats real quick. Hey, bro, I made a lot of weight loss progress in 2019 in large parts to your video. Salute. I've regressed since, but I'm trying. Thank you for what you do. You really care about your community's progress. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, man. Listen, as simple as this is going to sound, you got to take it one day at a time. I know all about that regression. I know all about, losing weight and then gaining it back. During my journey, I gained back 50 pounds several times. I would gain back 40 pounds every year. So I know all about that. You just your why has to be strong enough. You have to be doing this for the right reasons. And it sounds like you are, brother. So I appreciate that. You for sharing that, brother. Straight up. Hold on. I got one more super chat. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. All right. King of Progression. I'm curious, bro, how monk mode affected you mentally slash spiritually. I'm thinking of doing it myself and curious how it elevated you as a person. Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I like this subject. I honestly think every man should have a season in their life where they're doing something like monk mode. For the people who don't know what monk mode is, um, for me, I guess everybody, can have their own parameters around what that season is like for them. For me, monk mode was 90 days of no television, no orgasms, and no alcohol. And it was honestly, I thought it was going to be harder than it was, right? It was honestly very easy for me. The most tangible difference that I noticed is the fact that I had way more energy in the evening. I was a person that always had this story that my brain shuts off at 6 p.m. And I was just as productive on the latter part of my day as I was in the front in the the first half of my day, right? That's one real tangible thing. My levels of inner peace and courage. I made some really big investments while I was on monk mode, things that I had been putting off for years. I somehow had the courage to face some of these things that I had been fearful of in the past. So that was another big breakthrough. Um, the fact that I wasn't entertaining women at the time freed up a lot of time and mental RAM, right? Um, whenever I would be journaling, right? And this is all, I'm just trying to spit off things that I noticed while on monk mode. And it's still continuing because I have yet to release. I have yet to have an orgasm. I don't plan to. Honestly, I have some fiscal goals that I want to reach. So I'm using, and that's the thing too. I'm using an orgasm to motivate me to hit certain goals, right? So I'm not going to allow myself to have an orgasm until I hit, I have a very specific goal set for that. So, but yeah, but my mental health, I feel way clearer. I got my mom staying with me right now, so there's a lot of challenges baked into that. So the way that I showed up to conflict was totally different. The way that I showed up in conversations with people were totally different. My confidence levels were through the roof. I've been able to articulate my ideas a lot better. I've been attracting I've been attracting the things that I really need in my life, in my business, personally, and otherwise, mentors, employees. I made 2 big hires while I was in monk mode, which was huge. So yeah, monk mode was definitely the jam. And I definitely advise all men to have a season in their life where they're in that mode, right? It's all about you. Semen retention and the transmutation of that energy. Powerful, guys. Powerful. All right, so we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back to to the story, right? So for the people who just joined, make sure you hit the like button on your way in. I was telling the story of that first month when I started my weight loss journey, the one that actually stuck, right? Because my journey was 10 years before that. So, but I'm talking about 2013. I came across The Secret, and I had never been exposed to anything about the power of our minds, right? So the Secret was my first exposure to the law of attraction. And more than anything, I got from it, hold on, let me get homie off the screen. Oh, matter of fact, we're gonna keep it right there. Hold on. I'm gonna put this on the screen. I'm gonna get to it for a second. Fuck it, I'm a hoop tonight. My man, that's what it is. All right, so look. So what I got away from The Secret more than anything is for me at that point I was able to understand the power of my mind, the power of my thoughts. And that was a game changer for me because I realized what thoughts, what beliefs, what attitudes that I was carrying that built that body that I had at the time, right? I was 360 pounds. I was borderline diabetic. I had high blood pressure. I was depressed. I had anxiety. I had, toxic relationships. I drank a lot. I smoked a lot. I was just a mess. I was in financial trouble. And when I was introduced to The Secret, and The Secret taught me that I create my reality with my thoughts, right? With the things that I believe, with the things that I talk about, I felt empowered. At first, it stung because I'm like, shit, my thoughts created this body. My thoughts created these toxic relationships. My thoughts created all of these situations in my life that I did not enjoy. Okay. And the empowering thing was I was able to identify exactly what attitudes and thought patterns that I had that was causing these not so good situations to manifest in my life. Right. So boom, I understood, okay, I got to be careful about what I think. I got to be careful about what sort of energy that I consume, because your diet is not just it's not just food. It's not just food and drinks. Your diet is what you eat, what you drink, what you think, what you watch, right? The people you surround yourself with, the energy you surround yourself with. These are all a part of your diet that creates your body and creates your life. So anyway, so this was a game changer. And that's the thing that sparked the switch from it being a weight loss journey to just like a journey in becoming a better version of myself, right? A personal development journey, if you will. And I knew I had to brainwash myself, man. I'm from the hood. I grew up with a lot of limiting beliefs, right? I grew up with a lot of limiting beliefs. I grew up thinking that I was destined to be fat. I was destined to be, broke or live this like regular lifestyle. I had to get rid of that old programming. A lot of us have old programming that we need to replace, right? That we need to replace. Bubba, I appreciate the $2 super chat. We need to replace the old programming in order, because here's the thing, right? Just like a computer, right? Your software, right? Your operating system is what gives the commands to the computer, and the computer just executes whatever commands that the operating system delivers. So the same can be said about us. Your operating system is your attitudes, your beliefs, your thought habits, right? So whatever thoughts or, like I said, attitudes, beliefs that you emanate, your body is just going to, your life is just going to manifest based on that. Right. So I had to reprogram myself. And the way that I said I was going to do that is I'm going to isolate myself. I'm going to not have a social life. I'm not going out. I'm not watching movies. I'm not watching television. I'm just going to read these books, and I would just listen to certain speakers, right? Jim Rohn. I would listen to, Eric Thomas. I would listen to, all those, the old school motivational speakers who would just speak life into me, right? I would listen to a lot of TD Jakes too. TD Jakes. Anything that made me feel a positive emotion in my body, right? Anything that made me feel a positive emotion in my body, I would listen to it. If it resonated with my spirit, I would listen to it, right? And then slowly, I started forming different thought habits, right? And the first, and this is what I tell people, the first thing you want to do is develop self-awareness. You got to develop self-awareness. You have to be aware of what's going on in your mind and how it relates to what's going on in your life. Now, this way of thinking is becoming more normal, but a lot of people, they don't understand it. Let me know if you believe in the law of attraction. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe in the law of attraction, if you believe in the power of the mind and how your thoughts create your life. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe it. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe in the power of your mind creating your life, and a 2 in the chat if you don't. I'm trying to see something. Okay. Yeah, because your mind creates your reality. So what you put into it is what is the material that it uses to create, right? So I started reading. Okay, we got a bunch of, all right. Of course, the Brick Squad, y'all understand. Of course, y'all understand. That's love. All right, so Rose, just anybody who doesn't, I think the law of attraction. I mean, I think the secret is a good place to start, right? It's not the best, it's not the absolute best representation of the law of attraction and the power of your mind, but I think the secret is a really good place to start. So the secret is on Netflix. Definitely check out The Secret if you don't understand the power of your mind and how your mind creates your body, creates your finances, creates your relationships. It creates everything, right? The things you think, your attitudes, etc. It creates your reality. All right. So here we go. So, okay. So I brainwashed myself, right? And at this point, I had hit my breaking point, and that's another very important thing to talk about. You have to be fed up. I woke up March 1st and I said to myself, Bricks, I looked in the mirror and I said, bro, it is over. The version of yourself you are right now, you have to kill this motherfucker. You have to kill him because he is going to kill you if you don't. I knew, every time I'm live, my kids call me. I'm not answering. She does that on purpose. Every single time. So, and listen, you watching right now, you're gonna get in trouble because I know you did that on purpose. All right. Damn, she made me lose my train of thought. Oh yeah. So I'm looking in the mirror. And I say, yo, no more. That's it. There's no way you're gonna continue to live the way you've been living. You have to become a new version of yourself, right? So that was the first thing. It was this pep talk I had with myself in the mirror. And here's the thing, guys. Yes, my weight loss journey started then, right? March 1st, 2013. But I failed a lot. Yes, I made this decision to become a new version of myself. And that's why I titled the video this, right? Weight loss transformation has to be about one thing. And this one thing is the evolution of yourself. Your weight loss transformation can't be about weight loss. It has to be about you becoming the best version of yourself on all levels, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. That's what it has to be about. If you want to lose significant amount of weight, if you want to transform your body, you can't expect to get a new body and still be the same person. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. If you want a new body, you have to become a new person. And what I mean by a new person, again, I'm going to repeat this for the people who are just coming in. If you're just coming in, make sure you hit the like button on the way in, guys. Hit the like button right now. Support. I appreciate it. The algorithm loves the likes. Y'all already know the vibe. Gabe, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate the super chats, guys. That's love. Nikki, I'm gonna hug the babies for you. That's love. Break Squad, I love y'all. Listen, I don't know if everybody noticed, but hold on, I'm not about to do like the crates. The Brick Squad tattoo. Matter of fact, hit a like because I got the Brick Squad tattoo. Matter of fact, hashtag Brick Squad. Everybody, all the Brick Squad members, put a hashtag Brick Squad in the chat right now. I love y'all to death, man. I do this for y'all. Y'all the reason why I was born. That's the reason why I had to go through all. Listen, I didn't have to crawl out the mud, and it's 100% for you guys. I mean, obviously, I'm reaping some benefits of it, but it's so I can share this game. And that's why when I get your messages and I hear how the content has been helping you guys, it means the world to me because this is my purpose. This is my purpose, guys. You guys, I wake up every day feeling like I'm in a dream. I wake up every day feeling like I'm in a dream. I appreciate you, T. Henry. How do I start the process of becoming more disciplined? Looking to evolve, but I'm stuck. All right. I'm going to start that response by saying you want to take your time. You want to start by, for one, taking assessments of your current habits. Who are you today? And have a deep understanding of how you built the body and the life that you have right now. I'm a big advocate for journaling. Sit down with your journal and say, listen, what habits, like first identify what are the things in your life that you want to be different, right? What things do you want to be different? Do you want you want to lose weight? Do you want to be in a better financial situation? Do you want to, have better relationships? Really identify what that is, right? Write that down. And then think, okay, what parts of me, right? What habits do I have that have led my life to this unsatisfactory place? Take an assessment, take an inventory of yourself, right? And then tackle one thing at a time and start small. So for instance, if you want to lose weight and you don't have a good relationship with the experience of exercise right now as it stands, I would find a way to get some victories, right? Get some momentum going. So whether that's say, okay, listen, the first week, I'm just going to, and this is an example. Obviously, I don't know the details of your life or your fitness levels, but let's say you were starting from the absolute bottom. Say, listen, this week, I'm going to go for 3 walks, 3 30-minute walks, and I'm going to drink 5 sodas this week instead of 10. And listen, I know how unsexy this sounds, but we'll tell you, if you just start off small like that and you say, listen, at the end of the week, this was the goal. The goal was to drink 5 sodas less than I normally drink and to walk 90 minutes. You get to the end of the week and you say, yo, I did it. You celebrate that. And then you set another small goal, right? And then you build upon that over time. You build upon it over time. You got to understand the principles of compound interest. This applies to weight loss and it applies to finances. Compounding interest is a mother. Listen, time is going to go, guys. I don't know how old you are. Let's assume that you're 30 years old or 40 years old or 20, whatever. It doesn't matter. You got another 50, 60 years. So if you can gain an inch every day, an inch, think about how far you'll get over 10 years. But we got this bad habit of being so caught up in the moment and we want it everything right now. We want it now. We want it now. It don't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. You have to take your time. You have to take your time, right? So discipline is a mental muscle, right? And it's a mental muscle that, hold on. It's a mental muscle. Yeah, hold on. I like this. That's right. 2K Tracy. I know you know the vibes. Get those micro wins. So let me speak this specifically about developing discipline. Because first of all, you're on the right track. You understand that you need to develop discipline. You need to develop discipline. So what you do is, and I'm gonna get to the super real quick, bro. You gotta go live more. We finna support you as that's love, man. You know what? I'm gonna start doing that. I guess that's the wave. Everybody on YouTube doing the live thing, so I'm gonna start doing it. I'm gonna build me a little set, all that jazz. So I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody with the super chats. We are Rip City. Appreciate you. Candace is in here. What's up, Candace? Anyway, so look, back to developing the discipline. Discipline is you want to develop discipline the same way you would want to develop your bicep muscle or any other muscle. It's a mental muscle. And you do it by, matter of fact, I got a cool ass definition. I'm gonna pull up this definition of discipline. Give me a second, guys. All right, so discipline is the ability to do things that you need to do even when you don't feel like it. And you start small. Every single time you have an opportunity to do something that you don't feel like doing, you're going to work that mental muscle. So now every time you're presented with some situation that you need to show up for that you don't feel like doing it, you have to be excited. Like, yo, this is an opportunity for me to get a rep in. Get a rep in. So every single time you do something you don't feel like doing, you're strengthening that mental muscle where discipline lies. But when you don't show up and when you don't push past the resistance, you're not going to get the repetition in. And I think that's as simple as I can break it down, right? That's as simple as I can break it down. Every time you do something that you don't feel like doing, you are strengthening your discipline. So get excited. Anytime you're faced with something that is challenging you, get excited. It's an opportunity to get a rep in. Dennis Martinez, man, I'm watching all the way from Australia. Sweet dude, 23-year-old dude. You were my inspiration to start my weight loss journey. Man, I'm honored, man. I'm honored, bro. Thanks, mate. I had to hit you with that. That's a dad joke. I couldn't help it. But yeah, that's love. Dennis, keep at it. Keep at it. How much weight did you lose? But yeah, you guys have to be in. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do a live tomorrow. Or no, I can't do it tomorrow. I got my Go Body group. I'm gonna do a live this week where I'm talking strictly about discipline. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and schedule it. I'm gonna say Thursday. I'm gonna do another live where I'm talking strictly about discipline and how you guys can develop discipline. Yeah, he lost 5 kg. Convert that for me, bro. What 5 kg? I don't know how much that is, but congratulations, man, for sure. All right, so back to 2013. I'm brainwashing myself. I had to brainwash myself. I had this terrible relationship with food. I had this terrible relationship with myself. I had a terrible relationship with my own mind. And that's a bad place to be. That is the definition of anxiety. That is the definition of depression. When you have a terrible relationship with your mind. Oh, Dennis lost 11 pounds. Salute. All right. So yeah, so I wanted to form a better relationship with my mind. I wanted to form a better relationship with myself. Don't hate dad me, Alyssa. You knew I was live and you called my phone. So matter of fact, everybody I don't want to sick everybody on Alyssa. that would be look. Get out of here, girl. Can't be calling me. Nah, so look, I had to develop a better relationship with my mind. Let me get her off the screen. And I did that by just putting new inputs in. Everything you read, every conversation you have, everything you expose yourself to is an input into your mind. It's an input into your mind. I got you. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Hold on. So who says this? I think it was Jim Rohn or one of those speakers, man. They said you got to stand guard at the door of your mind. So a lot of the crap we all consume, a lot of these movies, a lot of this stuff doesn't help you, guys. You got to reprogram your mind. And that's another thing, right? Let's talk about what it takes to transform your body. It takes a burning desire. It takes a burning desire, guys. If you just kind of want it, it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You can't just kind of want it. You can't just kind of want this. You can't go from, again, everybody's goals are different, right? But if I'm talking to people who are trying to transform their bodies, I mean, like, go from fat to fit. Don't make me flex on y'all. I'm gonna have to do it right now. Because listen, I'm in my bag right now. If you want this, you gotta really want it. You can't just kind of want it. And you have to give up all acceptance of mediocrity in your life on all levels. If you're okay with mediocre, you're not going to transform your body. If you're okay with continuing to give into mental weakness over and over again and not understanding that you need to sacrifice, you're never going to get it done. And again, this is for people who need to lose a significant amount of weight. You got to be obsessed. You got to be obsessed. Straight up. You got to be obsessed. And if you are accepting excuses from yourself, forget about it. It ain't going to happen. You got to stop accepting excuses, and you got to listen, whatever. And my mind still attacks me. I still have negative thoughts. I still have, these late night binges. Listen, it still happens for me too. It still happens. But I understand the process. And that's another thing, right? You got to understand the process, because when you understand the process, all that rushing and all the negative thoughts, they kind of go away because you understand that that's a part of the process. See, the thing about the negative thoughts that make them, that allow them to stop you, is your relationship with the negative thoughts. If you're trying to fight with them, if you're being reactive to the negative thoughts, that's when they got you. But if you just observe them and you're saying, oh yeah, my mind's doing that crazy shit again, and you just let them pass, they can't touch you. Those negative thoughts can't touch you then. But if every time you have a negative thought, or every time you're feeling resistance, or every time you find yourself off course, you're allowing your mind to talk all this negative stuff about you, and you're sitting there believing it, and you're allowing it to stop you from continuing, then it got you. Let the voice do what it do. What is it? It's a lie. It's part of the programming. It's the part. Listen, there's thoughts that come from the true you, right? Once you get to really know yourself on a deep level, and that's another thing, man. Listen, I could do live streams on all of these topics by themselves. Once you get to know your true you, matter of fact, just a guy on YouTube, you make it sound so easy. It is easy. Tell yourself it's easy. The reason why it's easy for me, and the thing is, it's not easy, but I tell myself it's easy. So I'm going to experience it as easy. What you speak, it becomes true for you. The power of the tongue. It's about your attitude about things. Listen, things are challenging for me. I have challenges daily. Candace, she knows. But I choose to look at these challenges as an opportunity. I choose to look at all the resistance in my life as an opportunity to get stronger, to develop new utilities. Think about if everything in life was easy. You would not develop the character traits to handle success. You won't be able to handle the new body. If you just could wake up tomorrow and have this new body, it'll be gone because you didn't earn it and you don't know how to maintain it. So understand that the process is, you got to learn the things that you need to learn during the process in order for you to keep the body that you want. So that's why people who there's a lot of people who get weight loss surgery, and I'm not against weight loss surgery. I think there are some people who need weight loss surgery, but there's a lot of people who get weight loss surgery. They lose weight quick, but then they gain the weight right back because they didn't earn it. They didn't put in the work. They didn't develop the utilities. They didn't develop the relationship with food that they needed in order to sustain it. All right, but let me get to the super chat. Jehu Dunda says, he asked, what is your current training split? So I'm doing like, so today I did a push. So my push day is chest and shoulders. So I do 6 exercises, 4 sets of 12, very little rest. So push on Monday, pull on Tuesday, legs Wednesday, and then I repeat it. Push, pull legs, and then I have my cardio and my accessory day. So I do cardio in the morning though, because I'm trying to stay lean right now. So I do pretty much like a 2 a day. All right. If y'all got some more questions, because Thursday I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Thursday at 8:00, I'm gonna start doing lives, man, at least once or twice a week. This is fun, guys. If y'all want me to do lives more regularly, put it in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to do some more lives. I appreciate the super chats. Do we have any more? I hope I don't miss any. Let me check. Much love, y'all. Okay. Listen, I see you. Listen, guys. It's all about what you tell yourself. If you tell yourself weight loss is hard, it's going to be hard. If you tell yourself it's easy, it's still going to be hard, but it'll be a lot more fun. Straight up. It's all about what you tell yourself. It's all about what you tell yourself. It's all about who you surround yourself with. It's all about getting to know yourself on a deeper level, right? Because what you're doing is you're trying to evolve. You're trying to become a better version of yourself. And you can't change yourself if you don't know yourself. You have to know yourself. And that obviously is different for every person, right? What that means. But you got to know yourself. You have to become self-aware. You have to be more mindful of your relationship with your mind. It's so important, guys. It is so, so, so important. All right, I'm going to hop off. I appreciate all the super chats. I'm going to start doing this more often, guys. All right, peace.